like Little Uzi. I like Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Tekashi's dope. I like him.
Tekashi 6ix9ine. I like Big Sean.
You like Big's what?
Don't play with me. I am not the one.
But my job was just like, why are you crying? I'm like, I'm not ever doing this. I'm not doing it again. That's when I quit. I quit. I was tired of the disrespect. I was tired of the nurses treating me disrespectful. I was tired of the CNAs being rude. I was tired of the patients just being rude. I quit. I was just like, that's when I officially quit. I was officially done. I was done. So you go through all the schooling, you finally get certified, you finally become a CNA, and you're like, what did I sign up for? What did I sign up for? Okay, you guys, I'm just gonna get right into the story right now. You already know what's up. I'm telling you, my first time experience as a CNA, rundown, the nitty gritty, the real tea, okay? The real tea on what happened. So I suggest you get comfy, you get cozy, grab a snack, grab some drinks, get some water, and if you're under 21, you already know, no drinking over here. Get some water, grab a snack, and we're gonna have a little bit of story time. Why do I look like this? Because you guys already know. Check the date. Yes, it's Halloween. So I'm just trying to get in the vibes, in the spirit, essence of everything. So it's good. First and foremost, how do I even start? Where do I start? Where do I start? Let's start from the very beginning. First of all, what got me to the point of even wanting to become a CNA is that when I was in high school, my sophomore year, I was 15, and I was already in a CNA program. The pathway in my high school has CNA. You have culinary, you have education, childhood and development, and guess what? My counselor automatically already put me in a CNA program. I didn't care, it's high school. I'm just trying to finish school. I don't care. But I end up liking it. I was very interested. I was having fun. I was enjoying. But then boom, I could not finish the program because when I transferred school due to a different location, due to me moving because my mom had to relocate, they didn't have the program. So therefore, I graduated high school without my certification. So guess what a baby girl did right when she finished high school? I said, well, I'm going to get my certification. I'm going to get what's mine. So guess what? Got in a CNA program, finished it in 5 weeks. That's 1 month and 1 week. Studied my butt off. And boom, there you go. And passed the certified nursing assistant exam when I was 18. Right when I got out of high school, I was like, boom, let's just get it. Let's just get it. I'm 17, turning 18. I need my certs. Okay, so I got it. And I kid you not, everything you learn in school will not be aligned with the job itself. My program, it was only me and my sister in the program. There was nobody else. So it was just clinicals in school compared to the actual field. It was just not clicking. It was not clicking. It was not clicking. So first and foremost, let me start out by saying my school cost $2,500. Yes, it was a good investment firstly because it was a return on investment. I make more than that in a month working full-time as a CNA. So I was just like, okay, if it makes sense, it makes dollars. If it makes dollars, it can make hundreds. Let's flip and invest it into something that I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm doing. We're a work in progress. You heard? Y'all need to follow me on this story. When I got certified, the very first thing I wanted to do was get inside a field that's gonna pay back the reimbursement for how much I paid for school. So if I went to school for $2,500, if I work at the job, I want to get my $2,500 back. Baby, give me my coins. But guess what? My sister already had a job as a dietary aide at the time. So when we got certified as a CNA, guess what? She just went from dietary aide to CNA. And she was like, sister. Hi, sister. Hi, sister. Get in the job. I got you. Moving departments. And that's what we did. She got me in. For starters. From starters. If you get in a job and the vibes are just off, the vibes are off. Trust your gut. Trust your instinct. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. Trust yourself, okay? When you get in a job and the vibes are off, the vibes are off. And if the vibes are off, it's gonna stay off. The HR person who interviewed me was very, very nice to get my CNA job, my first CNA job. But there was like a second person who interviewed me. I don't know what department she's in. She's probably in HR. I can describe how she looks, but the description is not gonna do anything because her personality was disgusting. Disgusting. Bitch, disgusting. I'm telling you, it's either that I have thin skin or she was just mad disrespectful. And I'm telling you now, my first time being a CNA made or break me. And it will probably make or break you too. So it's okay. We're in the same boat. And we're trying to float. Together. You get what I'm saying? So the second woman who interviewed me for my first CNA job was she was giving nurse instructor vibes. She was giving strict disrespect, lack of affection at home vibes. She was giving my husband don't show me enough love, so I'm going to reflect that on my staff. She was giving disrespectful, and I did not like that. Now, there's two things that I do when I feel disrespected. I will either cry or I will either retaliate and snap back. But her disrespect, I was not prepared for it. I'm a new grad. I'm just happy to get me a good paying job at the time, okay? So the job I applied for that my sister put me in the cut in the loop was $14.50, basically $15 I was getting paid. Lord have mercy on me. I didn't even think I was going to get in the job. In my head, I'm thinking $14.50. Some may think it's a lot, some may think it's little. I'm going to tell you now, I get paid way past that now. And I'm so thankful for where I am in life in this given moment. But sometimes you just gotta look back in the past and just be like, wow, that long way, that really long way I came from. Long way. I was just itching for that money business. I was bearing BS, and we're gonna get into the BS, okay? Let's just call this lady to not violate Miss HIPAA girl. Let's call her Susan, because that's not even her name. Susan, who's in the department, the second lady that interviewed me, was rude, disrespectful, made me feel belittled. And guess what I said to the staff? I said, Susan is really rude. And what did the staff say? That's how she is. Don't take it personal. Okay, cool. Keep it pushing. This is really my first time having a big girl job. I'm 18. I'm kind of new in the workforce. Before I was a CNA, I was a dietary aide at a rehab facility. So basically, I always been in healthcare. as far as I know. So Susan was just being rude. Anyways, after the interview, we did the paperwork, we did the drug test, we did signing, and boom, pow, she gave me the rundown. She basically said, and pause, reverse. When we was doing drug tests, it was just a mouth swab. The way she instructed to me how to do the mouth swab was just rude. She was just giving rude vibes. And it's not just me internalizing it, because if the whole staff say this is how she is, then this is how she is. Miss Susan girl, do you get love at home? Because you're giving, I don't get love from my husband. And she needs to stop. But guess what? She probably still at that job, disrespecting her staff members. But through email, Miss Susan girl is nice. She's not disrespectful. She's sweet. In person though, Miss Susan girl gotta go. But she's been at that place for years. And I don't know how people can be at a job I can barely be at a job for 2 years. I'm a job hopper. I don't care. I cannot stay at a job because I'm Gen Z, and I honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't think Gen Z is made to be working. I said it. Someone had to say it, and I said it. I literally be having trouble to work. Like, I literally, it's so hard for me to work full time. It's so hard. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. Miss Susan girl, she was just making the whole process frustrating. I have receipts. I mean, she really got me feeling terrible. To the point, after my interview, all I wanted was a job. Baby, I'm just trying to get my bread, invested back to me, then leave. I'm not trying to, why are you making this harder than what it is? Why are you being mean? Why are you like, first time impression and you're already being disrespectful?
Bitch, disgusting.
It wasn't clicking. It wasn't clicking to me. But I shut my mouth up because at the end of the day, you're the one who gave me the job. So what I'm gonna do? Argue with you? And that's one thing that I'm noticing, like, about me when I'm at a workplace. I be seeing stuff and I be irritated with it, and I just bottle it up because what I'm gonna do? Clock in, clock out, get my money and invest it right back in me. And you should be doing that too. Don't just work to make money and not invest it back in you. Whatever it is that you want to do in life, that you truly want to do, like you truly want to do for you, invest it back in you. Because at the end of the day, when you clocking in, you're putting money into these companies' pockets. The system is so janky and rigged. So I'm telling you guys now, when you get your job, stick it out and invest it back in you. Okay, we went through the whole paperwork process. Finally, I got the job. Great. She said, you will be trained, and I got trained for 2 weeks. Was I scared? Yes. Was I anxious? Yes, I'm always anxious. I have anxiety. Who doesn't? You don't? Tell me your secret. Tell me your secret. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Well, I was scared. I was like, 2 weeks to train? I don't think that's enough. But I'm gonna shut it up and see what happens. And that's what I did. Mind you, you know how I said previous, I don't think Gen Z is meant to be working. I wasn't working full time, and God, by the grace of God, God knew you wasn't supposed to be working full time. I worked part time, so that meant I literally worked 4 days in 1 month. That means I worked 2 days in 2 weeks. Yeah, I was working 4 days in 1 month, and I was saving them checks. I was saving them checks. I was saving my checks, okay? I didn't touch it. I didn't look at it because a baby girl always had multiple. Since little backstory, little backstory for you guys who subscribe to the channel that don't know. I'm foreign. I'm African, obviously. I'm Liberian, to be precise. I'm a Liberian person. If you don't know, I'm Liberian, yeah. That Liberian English I could be speaking when it's I'll speak my series, okay? But I was undocumented for a while. Okay, cat's out the bag. Cat's out the meow. Cat's out the bag. Yes, I was undocumented. But guess what? Baby girl finally got her green card. So once I got my green card at 17, got me a job as a dietary aide. And from there, I just kept freaking working multiple jobs. When I tell you, after I became a dietary aide, I became a home health aide. When I was a home health aide, I became a DSP. I'm telling you, I always had, like, once I had my green card, I always made sure I had multiple jobs. So I was just like, look, I already got a full-time job. Why would I work full-time as a CNA? I don't want to do that right now. Not saying I don't want to be a CNA. I'm saying I'm not working 2 full-time jobs. I'm going to work 1 part-time and 1 full-time. So that's what I did. And you know what? I don't have no regrets in my life. I don't have no regret. I don't live life through regrets. So that's what I did, and I'm happy that I did it, because this ending will just I hope it teaches you guys a lesson, okay? I hope it teaches you guys a lesson. So basically, they was training me for 2 weeks, but because my sister, hi sister, because my sis works in the facility, they said, hey, you guys can't be working the same shift. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay.
What shift am I supposed to take? Cause, like, what? My sister took the overnight shift. I work full-time in the evening. So if I can't work overnight shift, I had no choice but to take morning shift. Don't take a shift that you know you're physically not built for. If you're not a morning person, do not do morning shift. If you are not an evening person, do not do evening shift. If you're not an overnight person, don't do it to yourself. Don't, like, if you know yourself, don't do it to yourself. Just don't. But it's always good to try things out to learn what you don't like and what you don't want. But you will never know unless you try. But if you already know, that means you tried. So if you know, don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it, okay? And guess what I was saying? I wasn't gonna do it, girl. I was just thinking about it. And guess what I did? I did it. I did it. I did morning shift as a CNA. And that morning shift woke me up ASAP, like stat pronto. So they gave me 2 weeks to train. And the facility that I worked in for the first time is a skilled facility. They have assisted living, they have temporary, they have long-term, they have multiple units. If you choose to work at a job that has a lot of units, most likely they're gonna put you on different units so you can get used to different units. If you know your personality, you do not like redundant, repetitive, predictable things, go for the job that has different units. I don't like the unknown. I don't like the unexpected. I don't like to be thrown on a floor randomly. I hate when people do that. I hate when jobs do that. So the less units, the better. And that's one thing I don't like. I don't like jobs with multiple units. Like, I don't like that. I'm not with it. I don't care for it. No. I like the same thing, because what am I trying to do? Get my money, leave, and invest it back in me. And you need to too, okay? I'm gonna keep saying it and keep reminding you. Get your money and put it right back into you. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So they trained me for 2 weeks. Me and my sister got trained the same week, and we had to wake up early to be trained. And I already said I was not a morning person. So the job was 5 minutes away from my home, 7 to 3. It's a fast shift. Things get done. You have 2 meals to do. And guess what? As I was getting trained, you had to clock out for break. My clocking out punches, Miss Susan, she was checking, she was clocking me. She was literally like clocking my clock out punches. It got to the point when we was getting trained, I didn't even want to go on break because I didn't want to be bothered with the clocking out. But the staffs who trained me was like, go on break. Go on break. No, I don't want to go on break. Why are you making me go on break? Go on break. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I was really just trying to soak everything in. Like, what did I put myself in? What did I sign up for? What was the reason for this? Was this a mistake? Do I regret this? I was just asking myself so many questions. I was looking at myself and I was feeling so miserable, so depressed at this job that I was just like, this ain't for me. Don't want to do it. Don't care for it. I don't want parts. I don't want parts. But guess what? I pushed myself. So I was getting trained by 2 people. Let's call the first girl Kind. Okay, let's call her Kind. That's not her name. I'm not violating HIPAA because I'm not exposing these people. Okay, Kind trained me, and let's call the second one Impatient. Impatient trained me. I had Impatient more than I had Kind due to their shift. When you get trained first time as a CNA, they're gonna train you to the point where you feel like 1 week, 3 days, 2 weeks, that is not enough. How am I gonna get it? You're gonna get it. Trust me. You're gonna get it. It's so much information that you're taking in. You have no choice but to get it. And you will get it when you start doing it. And I'm telling you now, depending on the person who trained you can make and break your experience. And guess what? Impatient broke my experience. Kind made my experience. If you're in a facility and you feel like the person that's training you, whoever is going to be your preceptor, is not giving you what you need, that's not really like teaching you right, or you just feel like, first, foremost, talk to the preceptor, put them aside. That's something I did not think about doing, and that's something I don't regret it, because I don't got regrets in life. But if I could go back in time, I would have told me, hey, look, you don't feel comfortable, right? tell her, you go on a fast. I don't like the way you communicate to me. Your energy is not giving what it's supposed to give. And I don't know what you're supposed to give, but I know what you're giving ain't it. Talk to them. If they still not catching your drift, tell the facility and say, hey, can I get trained by a different person, or even this? Because let's be honest, people who train you at the job get paid extra, and some of them don't even like training people. I personally, since I've been a CNA, and I've only been a CNA for 2 years, it's going on to 2 years. It's going on to 2 years of experience. I like training people. I like to teach. I like to put people on game. And when I teach people, not just that I train in my job, but in general, I will have, like, you can tell I have a passion for it, and I like to break things down to the point where I want people to truly understand. So when you're on your own, you're bueno. You're muy bueno. Like, come on. Like, okay, I don't want to rush. I don't put a front, and I don't be impatient. I'm very patient with you. And I think that's something that people need to keep in mind. When you're in this field, you have to be patient with yourself and with others. If you lack patience, you need to improve with patience. So let's get back on impatient. The preceptor that trained me, okay? I don't know exactly how the 2 weeks went, but let me break down the preceptors that trained me before I tell you about my experience. And this is not just my first CNA job. This is me giving you the rundown of my 1 year experience as a CNA. This is me giving you the juices, the nitty gritty, because I'm going on to my 2 year. This is me telling you what's up. This is me, and this is real, okay? When Impatient trained me, she basically ran everything down. When you work the morning shift, like most CNA jobs, they're repetitive, but you have different assignments, which I love so much. How it's a routine. I like the routine. I like me a good routine. Ain't nothing but a good regimen and a routine gonna keep you going, okay? Because the unexpected will throw you off. I don't hate it, but it can go somewhere. She showed me how to pass water. She showed me how to change. She showed me how to take out the urinal. She showed me everything. And all the staff says, Impatient is a good CNA. Impatient is a good CNA. You're gonna do good. It's gonna be good. So I'm thinking, okay, if Impatient is a good CNA, she's gonna train me good. When I tell you, when she trained me, I don't know what she was training. Because I will literally be behind her and she will be ahead, like walking mad fast, going through it fast, because at the end of the day, she still has to do her job. It's not just, I'm going to slow down my job for you. I still have to do my job. She trained me and she was just going fast. We gave bed bath, she went fast. We changed people, she went fast. And I finally got to the point where I was like, you know what? Forget it. Give me a person, give me 2 people on your assignment. Let me at least do 2 people by myself. She's like, okay, cool. And that's what I liked. Leave me alone and let me figure it out. And if I need help, I'm going to come to you. Because the way you treating me, I don't like it. The way you treating me, I'm not feeling it. To get in this facility was already hard enough. Bring me anxiety, putting me down, hurting my feelings. I ain't even like it. And then you treating me and making me feel belittled and incompetent. If you're a fresh new CNA, you're gonna feel that regardless. And I'm here to tell you it gets better. Only if you make it better. only if you make it better. And this is why I'm telling you the whole rundown of my first experience, because you might encounter some things and you're gonna say, oh, hold up, didn't just a kid with ideas just say that? Oh, okay, I know what to do. All right, bet. Yeah, just a kid with ideas put you on game, and I'm gonna keep putting you on game as long as I'm breathing and as long as I have the will to create, because I love creating. Creating is what keeps me going. I did 2-3 people's on the assignment by myself, and I was so happy. I was so proud. I did it because when she would train me and she would go fast, I would tell her, oh, I just finally changed somebody. She would be like, oh, I already did that. I already did that. Impatient was really impatient with me. Oh, I already did that. I already did that. I already did that. Okay, if you did everything, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to learn? What's the reason of me even being here? Like, when I get on the floor, I'm not going to feel competent enough, comfortable enough. What am I supposed to be doing if you already did everything? And that's one thing. This is why I have an attitude about it. This is me having an attitude, because I have a whole bass in my voice. I don't even talk like this unless I have a low-key attitude, or if I'm in the studio or in the booth. When I train my peoples, I don't say I already did that. We go in together, we take our time. I don't care if I clock out late, because at the end of the day, that's money in my bank account, and that's money I'm investing back in me. What gets done gets done. What don't goes to the next shift. You already did it? What am I supposed to do? There was nothing for me to do. She was doing the whole job. What was you training me on? What was you training? No, looking back, I'm literally like, what did she train me on? Like, I taught myself how to be a CNA. I did that. I taught myself. And other people through my experience helped me. But she was just one of them people that was just, what was the purpose? What was the reason of you even being, why did I even cross paths with you? Because I'm the type of person I think like, there's a reason why I cross paths with certain people in my life. There's a reason why I may encounter or contact or something happens that I can't fathom the reason why she managed to manifest in my life in the moment. And maybe there's no reason for it. Maybe there's none. Or maybe the reason was for me to be able to tell you guys the whole rundown, the nitty gritty, and give you gems on how you can go through this experience. Maybe that was her reason. If your preceptor is doing everything and not letting you do nothing to learn, what is she doing? Talk to your facility and say, I talked to my preceptor. I'm trying to be active. I don't feel comfortable. And I'm not ready to be on the floor because whatever she trained me on, it's not adding up. She was training me because Impatient was the first one to train me. I'm thinking to myself, am I ready to be on the floor? I'm not ready to be on the floor. Is this my job? I don't want to do this. And in the meantime, I kid you not, I'm the type of person that's always like, here's the next step of my life. I will plan out my life. I will overplan my life to the point where I'm prepared for whatever. And I still do overplan my life. And I'm happy I'm an overplanner. It's my weakness and my strength. So I'm going to take it as it is. I was like, well, I'm in school. So if this ain't it, maybe the next thing I'm doing is it. Who knows? When she was training me, and it was like, well, if you don't feel comfortable, you can always ask to extend the weeks. Oh, all right, fine, bet. The floor they trained me on was long-term facility. Now, I'm not going to talk about the residents I took care of because, quite frankly, it was not, the residents I took care of didn't get to the point where it triggered me. It was the co-workers I was working with. Like, honestly, I can deal with rude, disrespectful residents, but if my co-workers, my work environment, my co-workers are just not giving what they're supposed to give, if the co-workers is just really like the vibes are off, I gotta go, because who I work with can make or break the day. The residents, they don't know better. Most of them are in pain. Most of them are going through things. But you clocked in to get your bread. So why are you making my day harder? I would take a job that has good coworkers and bad residents than a job that has good residents and bad coworkers. I can't deal with that. Like, my coworkers, I need coworkers that I feel comfortable. If the coworkers don't make me feel comfortable, I'm not gonna last. And I notice that's why I be leaving jobs. Like, most of the time, it be the coworkers that's just like, no, I'm not staying here. It be the coworkers for me. And sometimes it just be the money. Like, the money don't be hidden. Like, I can't do it. I can't slant. If it don't hit, it's a miss. Okay. Sometimes people be thinking, you think about money too much, but I don't. It's the love of money. It's the root of all evil. I just don't like to struggle, okay? Nobody likes to struggle. Nobody wants to struggle. And we can all agree that money is a source. It's just a resource that can help you have access to things. And I just need access. And once I get access, baby, my creativity is unlimited once I have access to things. And that's what I'm going to get to the point of. I'm going to get there because I said I'm getting there. Like, you can extend it. I was like, okay, bet. So I was done being trained by Impatient. As you can tell, Impatient was really just rushing it. Like, she was rushing it. And it was not sitting well with me being trained by her. But I got trained by Kind probably 4 times out of the 2 weeks. And like I said, her name is Kind, so I don't violate HIPAA. But she was really kind. She literally helped me change the residents, took the time. And anytime that I felt incompetent, stupid, or frustrated that I didn't get it or understand, she was just like, it's okay, like, you're gonna get it. And I don't need nobody to baby me, but let's be honest, if you're a new CNA, you already feel unconfidence. You already feel uncomfortable because you're putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation to push yourself for self-development, self-growth. It would be nice if somebody can tell you you're doing a good job, because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know if the job that you're doing is even a good job. Would it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? Yeah, it would. We can all agree to that. It's nice to get reassurance for a job that you don't know that you're doing. It's nice to get reassurance that you're doing good. So she was taking her time with me. I honestly wished she trained me the whole way through, but had to see it through, and I saw it through. Kindness, she took her time. Now, the facility I'm at, remember, it's a skilled facility. It's a big facility. We're just gonna call this facility Water Droplet. Why am I calling it Water Droplet? We're just calling it Water Droplet because that just water droplet, the way a water can just drop on your skin, that's how I felt about that facility. Like, water dropped on my skin. Water droplet. We'll call it Water Droplet. Water Droplet is what we call in this facility. 2 weeks is up. Kind and Impatient train me. You're on your own now. You're about to start being a CNA. You're on your own. Reality really kicked in for me. It really hit me. I was like, I went to school. I got certified by the state just to feel incompetent, inadequate, belittled, disrespected. what was the purpose of this? That's literally when my first day by myself, I felt like that. Because first day by myself, they gave me an assignment. When you start your first day by yourself, not orientation, not training, I'm talking you on your own, raw, by yourself. It's just you and your critical thinking skills. You're gonna feel like the assignment they gave you is the hardest and they got the easiest assignment. And sometimes it probably is, honestly. Like, if you're new to a unit, you're new to a floor, you're new to a facility, they probably did give you the hardest assignment. It probably did. But you're gonna overcome it. Because if you can do something hard, you can do something easy. So when I came on the floor, it just felt like they gave me hard assignments. It felt like the CNAs just stick to what their assignment was. They didn't want to change it. So I'm on the floor with my first assignment, and to be honest, I didn't know what I was doing, but I figured it out. Morning shift is a lot. When you're trained, training and orientation will be the easiest days that you have. From there, it's gonna be frustrating. Then it gets easier. It's like easy, hard, easy. Okay, that's how it's like. You're gonna hit a peak where you're frustrated, but if you keep going, the slope will go down. If you keep going, the slope will go down. Morning shift, I had a lot of people I didn't think. You think to yourself, because a lot of facilities are understaffed on nurses, on CNAs, on people in general. And I wonder why. Why are everybody quitting the healthcare field? Why is everybody quitting their job? Because we're tired. We're getting burnt out. We're noticing you don't need that much money to live comfortable. You don't need to work these 40 hours a week. We're budgeting. We are in a crisis. Our mental health it's really had skyrocketed. We just don't want to deal with the BS no more. So we're working on how do we get out of this situation. Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what I feel like the world is doing right now, or at least America, the bubble of America, I guess. Because I ain't gonna hold you. If you are in America, you got privileges. You got privileges, and I say it, and I'm gonna say it because I'm foreign. So yes, you got privileges. My first day was frustrating. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk about my residents that I took care of, because I leave that one inside a dos. Just leave the residents inside a dos. I'm not talking about patients on this channel, but what I will do is talk about them co-workers, because some of them co-workers don't piss me off. In patients, yeah. Like, I'm old enough to be her daughter. I don't know why she treated me. I don't know why she was treating me like that. Like, what? So, I took care of my residents. I felt like I had 15 residents on me. And it was a lot. It was overwhelming. I never get report in the morning time. I don't know why. When I first started, like, nobody was giving me report. I guess I had to, like, search people for a report or something. I don't know. But I was not getting a report like that. I didn't know who was sit and stand, who was gate belt, who was supposed to stay in the bed. I did not know, because who was giving me report? Nobody. If you don't know, you ask questions. So therefore, I asked questions, and they gave me a little rundown, and that helped. Morning shift, you have to clean your residents, give them dental care, and give them breakfast, and change all your residents. You're one person managing 15 people, and you're thinking to yourself, how am I supposed to take care of 15 people? You're gonna find a way to take care of 15 people. You're gonna find a way to take care of 15 people if you gotta do it. It's just about, you're gonna do it by critically thinking, who is my prior my priority patient? Like, who's the priority? If I have a resident that is incontinent and just had a BM, right? And I had a resident who had a bath yesterday and is scheduled for a bath today. Who am I going to go to first before my lunch tray come to? That's how you gotta think. And who am I gonna go to first? My incontinent patient who had a BM, because they cannot be sitting in that soil. And if they stay in that soil and they soak, one, their BM can seep through the sheets and you're gonna have to strip the bed. Two, they can get a infection or bed sore, etc. So I'm just gonna clean you up and then get to that bed bath. Worst case scenario, the bed bath don't get done until the afternoon. Like, critical thinking skills. You have to look at your patients and see, oh, okay, this patient is independent. I'm not gonna worry about them. I'm just gonna check on them. This patient's total care. Okay, are they wet? That's how you gotta do it. So that's what I was doing, and it really helped when I started noticing what is it that I need to do. Nursing culture, nurse bullying, CNA bullying is real depending on the facility that you're in. Now, because I was inside water droplet, the culture was there, the bullying was there, there was just mean. I felt like majority of them were more mean in that facility than nice. A lot of them were blunt for no reason. I don't know. When I'm at work, I'm not blunt. I'm really not blunt. I'm quiet. And I'm not blunt. So for you to just be blunt, early in the morning, you're just giving me 7 a.m. high school being loud in the breakfast line when I'm trying to get my breakfast to go to class vibes. That's the type of vibes you're giving me. Like, why are you being so loud in the morning? So, nursing culture is real. I kid you not, you're gonna feel behind because you are behind. But the more you do it, the better it gets. You're gonna feel behind because you are behind. All the CNAs around you, they're gonna be done with their work. They're gonna be done with their assignment because they are used to it. They're used to the floor. They're used to the unit. They're used to the job. They got experience. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You're okay. You have an excuse. You're new. Well, you're supposed to just get it like that? No, you're not. It's gonna take time. It's a skill you're learning. And allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to have that space of growth. Don't beat yourself up if you're new and you just feel like it's not it. This is not it. This is not it. I'm behind. I'll always be behind. You will not. Trust me. Keep going. You're not. Keep going, okay? You're gonna learn as you go. That is life. It's not just the job. Life in general. Why do you think I say I'm just a kid with ideas? Because we are literally just children. Most of us are adults. Yes, most of us are adults with responsibilities, but we are all learning as it goes. We are all winging this life. We are all learning as it goes. Like, there's no age to never stop learning. We're just learning, so learn as it goes. And once I started managing my patients, I was feeling better. The only reason I stayed at that job is because I only worked 4 days out of 1 month, and I was saving up money for studio time. I was saving up, and I'm so thankful because I managed to knock out studio time. What? I needed to knock out studio time, and I still have not dropped no music since then. Because I'm in nursing school, so it's like my whole life is on pause until I can play it, okay? But look, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. So once I started getting used to it, I noticed the vibes, the nursing culture. It was just nurses eat their young, CNAs eat their youngs, but it really does depend on the facility. Like, for example, we're just gonna call her Gray Scrubs. I asked Gray Scrubs to help me with a Hoyer lift because you need 2 people. Gray Scrubs was like, okay, yeah, I'll help you. She comes. She's like, why isn't everything prep? Why isn't everything prep? Next time you ask for help, you need to prep things. I'm new. I didn't know. If people are being disrespectful to you at the job and you're a new CNA, you need to remind them that you are new and you are learning. For people to be talking to you some kind of way because you don't know nothing that you're doing don't make sense. Because at one point, you yourself did not know anything about a thing that you're doing. So why are you treating your own age group like that? Exactly. It's not making sense because I literally just thought the whole thing through. It's not making sense. It just doesn't add up. It really don't. If you're new to something, you don't understand what to do, and somebody is telling you what you're supposed to do in an impatient, disrespectful, like you're inadequate. Does it make sense? Don't you think that you're gonna talk to them without being rude? Like, once upon a time, I don't know if you noticed, once upon a time, you was fresh. You was a guppy. You was a baby in the field. And you was learning. This is one thing I don't like. CNA culture, nursing culture, this whole nurse eat their young, CNAs eat their young, or like if you become a doctor, just anything in the healthcare field is what I'm noticing. They eat their young, they eat their young. Why are you eating your young? Why are you hungry in the first place? Is the job not feeding you? Like, what are you eating your young for? Like, I can't comprehend it, only because, like I said, I've trained CNAs before. So I just don't get it. Like, every time I train a CNA, I think to myself, once upon a time I was a brand new CNA. Why what am I hungry? Why would I eat you up? Why would I eat you up? Why? Once upon a time, you was once brand new. You need to stop forgetting the fact that you was once brand new. Like, before you go out and do something or say something that's just, it comes off rude, you need to take a step back and think to yourself, oh wait, once upon a time I was new to this myself. Okay? It's not adding up. It's giving off a weird vibe. I didn't like it. That was just one inside Water Droplet, the facility. That was just one incident that happened with the CNAs while I was working there. Were they rude? Some of the CNAs were willing to help, but I would say it will feel like when you're new in a facility, you will feel you might see, look, I'm not manifesting the worst, but I'm telling my story. I'm sharing my experience to basically just remind you guys, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I don't think there's enough content about this type of topic. I don't think so. And I think that's why I started talking about this topic because there's not a lot of content. When I first started being a CNA, I was trying to look up YouTube content and I could barely get enough, not thorough content, but just other people's perspective, other people's experience. Like, that's it. So hopefully this helps somebody in the future. You might feel excluded when you are a new grad. You might feel like everybody already have their cliques. If you feel that way, most likely they do. You're not hallucinating. Like, every facility that I go to, I notice everybody have their cliques. I don't have no clique with nobody. Most of the time, I don't even like talking to my coworkers. Most of the time, usually I don't like talking to them. They talk to me, I nod, I agree. I'm not even rude. I just, if you meet me in real life, for real, I'm a sweet person. Like, most of the time, I don't even like initiate conversation. My face just looks like a face you most likely just want to talk to, and that's what be happening at work. So if you feel like there's clique, if you feel excluded, it's because you're not hallucinating, you're not tripping. So I felt really excluded. I felt like my coworkers were being rude, no teamwork. They would just do their assignment. I'm new, I need help. They would just do their assignment on their own, you on your own, you figure it out. And it's like, I get it, you got to do your own assignment, I get it, but this person is a 2-person assist. Why are you giving and throwing attitude at me as somebody who's 2-person assist and I didn't know how to prep a room? Why are you getting smart? What are you getting smart for? Like, what are you getting smart for? This is not a quiz. This is not a math test. This is not the SATs. What are you getting smart for? This is not the SATs. I don't. Make me comprehended. If you can't make me comprehended, then it don't make sense. And if it don't make sense, it won't make money. Okay? So I felt excluded. So that's another thing. You might feel excluded as a new grad. Like I said, I'm not gonna talk about the residents personally. Like, I'm not throwing them, their character out of the bus, because a lot of these residents don't know better. And if they do know better, they just choose not to do better because they're in the predicament that they're in, and I just let them be great. There'll be residents that will discriminate you based on how you look, rather it's the color of your skin. Okay, you guys, y'all know where I'm heading with this one, right? You don't? All right, then we're gonna leave that one in the dust. Based on just how you look, there'll be residents that will come at you just based on how you look, just judge you based on how you look. I mean, we're humans. Majority of us judge people based on how they look. So does that make them any worse for doing that? Does it? For judging? No, it doesn't. Because let's be honest, everybody goes to somebody's Instagram page and judge them based on how they look. Everybody go to someone's TikTok account or see a video and judge them based on what they do or something. We are humans. We judge, like, it's common nature. But a lot of the judgmental ways will reflect. You will notice some residents might reflect their judgmental ways because a lot of them are baby boomers. So they're stuck in that whatever mentality that was in during the baby boomer phase. They stuck. Okay, y'all see, I'm trying to like give you guys little breadcrumbs, okay, about what I'm saying without YouTube thinking it's slur speech or anything. Just know that some residents might discriminate you, but don't take it personal. I never take nothing personal from a resident, but sometimes I be taking things personal from a coworker because you have common sense. I know you have common sense because you got in this job. You can comprehend. So why are you talking like that? Some residents might call you names that's very derogatory. Don't take it personal. I've seen residents call nurses names that's very, very derogatory based on their complexion. What can we do about it? Nothing but continue to give care. You can't do nothing. You really can't, because it's a job. At the end of the day, it's a job. We all have to clock in and out so we can get our coins. Let me be 100, and I kept it 100, and I will keep keeping it 100 till I die. Because what do I have to lie? What do I have to lie for? What do I have to lie for? Nothing. Nobody's paying me to lie. No one paying me to lie. So I might as well just tell you the truth. Exactly. Let me tell you. We all clock in for a reason. Time will always be valuable than money. And let me tell you why. Because time will keep going no matter what. It will keep going. You will never ever get your time back. But you can always make that money back. So what do the system do? They say, you know what? You want money? Give me your time. So we all clock in, we all clock out, because it's a job. You deal with the BS. You go back home and you plan. You plan your future. You contemplate on your decisions, and you contemplate on what is the next move for you. How are you feeling? Like, I don't know. That's just how I be. Like, every time I get off work, every time I get off school, I just be thinking to myself, like, how close, what percentage am I close to my goals? And I'm honestly at 25%. I got a long way to go. But how long are you willing to keep going? Because you don't know what the future holds. If we did know what the future holds, life would be boring if you can predict it. Exactly what your future look like. To a certain extent, you have control of your future, so you can manifest it, or what I call manifest it. You finesse, manifest. I talked about coworkers. I talked about how residents might discriminate you. Since we're on to residents, and like I said, I ain't talking about none of my residents. Like, why would I talk about patient? I'm not doing that. And I remind you guys, don't do that. We're gonna get into it. Just trust me when I'm giving you these gems and telling you my experience. Cause just remind you, we're still at my first year experience. We're not even like finishing. Like, we're like 2 months in my first year experience. And what a droplet, cause I be job hopping. So what a droplet. We'll call it what a droplet. Let's talk about CNA job duties. You know what you signed up for, but a lot of y'all don't know what y'all signed up for, and that's okay, because you don't really know what you signed up for until you're in it. It's like you have an idea, but you really don't know until the idea is executed. So nobody, like I said, like on the internet, I don't be thinking nobody be telling the nitty-gritty truth. I don't think people be telling the nitty-gritty truth. Or if they do it to a point where it's over-exaggerated on a spectrum where it's like they internalize it. And, you know, I'm telling you guys my experience of how I internalize or perceive certain people. But I'm still trying to give you objective, like you can see it yourself going through the experience gems. My gems are more objective, but my experience is internalized. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying. So the job duties, we know what we signed up for, guys. We know what we signed up for. We know what we signed up for. This is when I'm gonna start talking about nurses. If you're a nurse and you watch my channel, I'm not here to disrespect you because I'm in nursing school myself. So I get what y'all go through. So calm yourself. Calm down. Calm down. I'm not coming at nobody. No shots is aimed at nobody if you're not the type of person that do stuff like this. People get offended when people generalize things like a group of people do that. When someone say a group of black women or a group of girls or a group of this or a group of lockheads or act like this or be like this, if I don't act like that and if I don't be like that, why am I bothered? I'm not, because it's not addressed to me. You get what I'm saying? So let's seep into it. When you do the job, you thinking to yourself while you're in school, yeah, I'm wearing my scrubs, I'm about to be respected, I'm about to, I finally have, in a sense, like I'm leveling up from what I've been doing in the past. Rather you was working in like, I don't know, retail, fast food, etc. You're like, well, okay, I hear people do this CNA stuff, let me give it a try, maybe it's a look, da 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 da. Then you do it and you're like, dang, why do I feel disrespected? Why do I feel belittled? Why do I feel like this? Like, why do I feel like I'm at the bottom of the barrel? Me personally, that's how I felt when I started. And I'm saying these words because you could feel like that. Like this is for anybody who's like feeling like that. You could feel like that. Like, oh, I feel so bottom of the barrel. They just look at me like, oh, I'm a CNA and that's it. And that's it. Let me add this. I feel like the word CNA, I feel like the term CNA has been like molded to the point of like no respect. I feel like it's been molded to the point of no respect, which is weird because they do a lot. I'm not defending CNAs because I'm just saying, like, it's like saying, oh, you're just a janitor. No, they cleaning up the place and making sure the place is maintained. Like, I don't know, it's probably a society thing. People uphold certain titles of their job duty to like higher standards, or certain qualification is what deem you more respected. And it's like, your job is not you. Your job is not a personality trait. People don't understand. Your job is not a personality trait. You are you. You are you. Honestly, I'm just basically saying you are not your job. Do not identify yourself as your job. Your job is not your personality trait. You are an individual. That's what you are. What you do is your job. What you are is separate. Like, differentiate those. And I feel like people see, oh, they're a doctor, they're a nurse, they're lawyers, they're a janitor, they work at McDonald's. Like, y'all, everybody trying to get bread some way. Okay, if you don't want to get bread that way, then don't get bread that way. Simple, point blank, that's it. But I think the title got to the point where it's just so it's not respected. And it's like, okay, cool, I'm not gonna protest for respect on the title, but I do got a suggestion. I am not the healthcare association. I don't think CNA should stand for certified nursing assistant. I think the word assistants make some not all, some nurses abuse the privilege of how to delegate to CNAs. Some nurses really abuse the privilege of delegating to CNAs because of the assistant part. I feel like it should be called certified nurse associate, like you're socialized with the nursing. You literally are associate of the nursing field. Like, I feel like it should be certified nurse associate. I feel like that will be more like, that would change the game a little bit, and that will season the game up a little bit. Like, it's been bland. I feel like it's gonna season the game up. What do you guys think? You tell me. It's like a PA, a physician assistant. That just don't sound right. I just don't like titles that say assistant, because I feel like when you hear assistant, whoever is quote unquote above you, because they have more credentials, because society deems that as like respect, and literally identify that person as their personality trait. When you say assistant, I feel like whoever is above you could literally abuse the power to delegate. But when you say associate, it's just like I socialize with you. Physician associate versus physician assistant. Medical associate instead of medical assistant. Certified nursing associate. What do y'all think? Y'all tell me. Some nurses, as a new grad, you will either have nurses that help you, that are so nice, that are sweet, that are chill. Like, I met nurses that are so chill, nurses that help me. Like, yeah, a lot of the nurses, like nurses that I met, it really depends in the facility you work. Like, your first time experience will be dependent on the facility that you work in. So some nurses, you can either have the best and you can either have the worst. The ones that don't want to help you, and when I mean don't want to help you, I'm not saying they're supposed to do your job, because your job is your job, their job is their job. It's two different jobs. But just understand, anything a CNA does, a nurse can do too. Remember that, okay? Anything a CNA does, a nurse can do. I know that because I'm in nursing school. Dead face. Anything a CNA does, a nurse can do. So, like, for example, when I say they don't help you out, like, if a nurse has a wound dressing on the dorsal, let's say the back, somebody's behind, and they literally tell you, come in the room so I can do this wound dressing. When you're changing your resident, you go in the room, you change your resident, right? They don't want to help you change the resident. They just want you to hold the resident so they can just do the wound dressing. Then leave the scraps. You ate, but you left breadcrumbs. Why are you doing that? Leave the scraps, leave the med cup, leave this. Now, when you are a new grad, you may feel like nurses are not doing anything. Some nurses feel like CNAs don't do anything. It's the job. Like, literally, people feel like nobody's doing their job. Like, that's really how it feels. Like, it feels like nobody's doing their job, but not everybody's doing their job. Some people be BSing, but people doing what they can. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna give everybody the benefit of the doubt. We do what we can to get through the day. Some nurses will literally, like, make it tougher on you. Some nurses might, and I hope this don't happen in your CNA experience, but I'm telling you this because I experience it. So if I experience it, you experience it, best believe there's probably 50 other people, 100 other people, 500 other people experience this. Some nurses, and I'm not saying all, like, if you are a nurse and you don't do this, don't feel attacked. Simple. Like, some nurses will probably belittle you, delegate to you disrespectfully, tell you what to do. And I get that's your job to tell me what to do, but, like, just talk to you as if, like, I'm the authority over you. And it's like, last time I checked, the kid is still grown. Why are you talking to me like that? And I think At times, I have a baby face. My body's built like a grown woman. So it looks confused. Like, I look confusing to people. It's either I look 30 or I look freaking 18. Y'all tell me. I'm neither of those ages. But as the kid is still grown, why are you talking to me like that? Why, like, if you want to talk and delegate, don't be delegating rude. Or like, when I say they don't help, you can literally passing trays and they have to give medication, but they would tell you to not pass the tray so they can put the medication in. If I'm not passing the tray so you can put medication in, best believe when you put medication in, the least you can do is help pass the trays for me. Not all the trays, but at least half the trays. Like, this is why I'm talking my ish. I talk my ish because I do my ish. That's why. I used to be a dietary aide. I'm not lying. You can look at my day in the life as a CNA. Link is below in the description. You can look at this video. I used to be a dietary aide. I know how annoying as a dietary aide you would see CNAs just standing around. They didn't collect the trays, or you're busy, you're short on staff, and no CNA is mad busy. They can't even send the cart to the kitchen. Guess what I did after I went from a dietary aide to a CNA? I send the cart to the kitchen. One simple thing like that changes the whole game. And I know because people in the kitchen knows me for that now. They're like, you're different. You help out. You actually help out. Yeah, if I have time, I help. And when I become a nurse, why would I change? I don't think I'm gonna change the way I am because I know what you went through. And some nurses never been CNAs, so that foundation, they don't know how to act. And some nurses been CNAs, but once they became a nurse, they don't know how to act. It's a two-way street. It's either they can be a nurse, never been a CNA, and they just don't know how to act with you. Like, they just don't know how to talk to you. They don't know how to act. Okay? Or they could be a nurse that's been a CNA and they're like, I have cleaned up so many bowel movements in my life. I'm never cleaning up a bowel movement ever once I become a nurse. That's how some nurses that used to be CNAs act. Like, I'm too above this. This is too beneath me to even want to be bothered with that. I know that because while I'm in nursing school, my instructors say a lot of the CNAs that work as CNAs that's in nursing school, some of them did not even want to do simple things during clinical, like give a bed bath. What? You used to be a CNA and you in nursing school and you think you too above giving bed bath? Mom, you letting a job get inside your head, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't let the job be your personality trait. The job is not your personality trait. The job is not your personality trait. It's not. And I'm really trying to say that because, like, I deactivated my Instagram as of now. If you're subscribed to me and you actively watch my YouTube videos, then we moving with the times. If you aren't subscribed to me and you don't actively watch my YouTube videos as I drop them consistently, then you're not moving with the times. Catch up with my time. Get on my time. Like, when I take a picture in my clinical or my scrubs, and I really don't take that much pictures in it, and I'm trying not to like take a lot of pictures in my scrubs because I don't want the job to identify like I don't want to be the identity of it. Like, even when I become a nurse, I don't want to be, that's not my identity. It's not my identity. Like, that's not my identity. I'm the kid. That's not my identity. I don't want people to get that job to the point in their head like, it's not my identity. I don't even like, I like wearing scrubs at the job. I love scrubs, but I love scrubs. They're so comfy. But I don't like walking in the streets running everyday errands in scrubs. Like, just to be like, I'm in the medical field, I'm in healthcare. Like, it's not my identity. Like, if I know I'm planning to run errands, I'm not putting on scrubs if I don't got to. It's not my identity. Don't let the job be your identity. So, like, that's something I'm noticing. Like, some of the nurses, like, they won't help out. They will talk to you weird or different, or their energy just mad rude, and then they would just feel like what you do is beneath them. There's levels of nursing. You have your LPNs, your RNs with ADNs, your RN ADN with BSNs, your RN with MSNs, that's your masters. So it's like, as the rank goes up, those on top will kind of look at you beneath. Like, you can be a nurse, but you can be an LPN, and then an RN might talk to you like you're beneath and give off that vibe, like, you know. So it don't matter. Like, people be letting their job get to their head and taking their job serious. Like, ain't nobody. I'm just trying to get my money and be out. At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, because you gotta remember one thing only. You gotta remember why you even got in the field. If it's for the money, cool, whatever, you honest with yourself. But also, like, these are patients. Like, I'm trying to help. I'm good with helping you. I can help people with anything, like anything. It don't have to just give care. I can help. I'm helping people right now. I feel like I'm helping y'all right now by talking about my experience. Like, look, okay, you can do anything to help somebody out in life. So, like, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help, give what I can give before my existence disappear, you know? Because you don't, tomorrow's never promised. So I'm just trying to do what I can do now. So people would literally just, they'll let the job get to their head and might just feel like what it is that you do is beneath them. And you might feel beneath. Like, you might feel beneath. You're not your job. Your job is not your personality trait. Don't identify as that. Don't. But if you love your job and you want it to be your personality trait, more power to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not belittling. I'm not uplifting. It is what it is. We talked about training. We talked about nurses, co-workers, CNAs, patients. Let's talk about, basically, after going through training, after co-workers being disrespectful, patients being mad, rude, after the CNA, after the nurses made me feel really belittled with the way they delegated to me. And I'm talking like inside Water Droplet, the facility, I needed help with the resident, and all the nurse did was put me under the bus. That's what she did. That's literally what she did. Like, I'm like, I need help with the resident. The resident is cursing me out, and then the nurse gonna say, oh, I got it. So the nurse just comfort the resident, and she's just like, oh yeah, I know. Yeah, the CNA don't know no better. I know. Why are you putting me under the bus? Are we not a teamwork? Oh, we're not? Okay. Babe, say less. I'm only here for 4 days out of the month. I ain't even pressed. So, after I felt like that, at that point, I was really just feeling depressed. I couldn't take it anymore. It showed in my performance. Like, I was just half doing everything at that point. I would be honest, like, inside Water Droplet, half doing it, because I don't feel happy. I'm uncomfortable. It's not a safe work environment for me. The nurses are like throwing me under the bus. The CNAs are being rude. The patients are cussing me out. So I would like wake up late for work. I didn't care. I did not care, to the point where they called me on my birthday. So yeah, I turned 19 and I was like, yay, I finally got money for studio time. Cause studio time is no joke. Like, look, studio time is no joke. And when it comes to music, if I'm gonna drop a project, I'm going to drop a project. Nobody about to rush me. You're not about to rush me. You're not about to rush me. Unless you're gonna cough out the breath for me to be in the studio. Okay, I finally had money to be in the studio, and they called me and they was like, look, you're fired. I was like, word? They was like, yeah. I was like, why? It was like, you keep coming in late. I never called out. They're just like, you keep clocking in 10 minutes late. I'm like, say less. I wasn't mad because it showed. I was worried. It's so bad because when you're foreign, I think it's just an African thing. I've grown up just seeing my mom work multiple jobs, 2 jobs tops. So I always, till this day, I have like 3 jobs. I have 3 jobs. Let that sink in. I have 3 jobs, yo. 3 jobs, and I'm in school. Let that sink in, okay? I have like a scarcity mechanism that makes me think like if I don't have a job, I don't have money. If I don't have money, like the worst feeling is not having money under my belt, because money is a resource. And like that's just a scare. Like I don't like to be dead broke. I hate that. So when I got fired from that job, I already had a job, but I was like, damn, I need a second job again, because like I need a second job. I needed a second job. But they fired me and I took it like a champ. I didn't care. I was like, cool, I'm going to the studio. And I went to the studio and I let all that energy out. And I'm so thankful that music is my escape. I love creating, but if I'm not creating content that I actually care about, like 1,000%, like I care about music. I love creating content. The topic I'm creating right now, I'm not gonna say I don't care about it. I feel like I need to get the CNA topic and the nursing topics out of the way, out of my system, before I basically like merge onto something else. Hopefully y'all will still be on that type time with me. If not, it's cool. Like I'm going to be myself throughout this process. If you F with it, more power to us. If you don't, it is okay, you know? Live your life for you. But I just let all that energy out. And I was so thankful that music is a way for me to just escape the realities, especially when it comes to the whole process of creating music. For me is a nice process. It's a nice process, and nobody better rush me on this process when I'm ready to like drop anything. And I haven't dropped anything. And you know what? It's okay, because when I'm ready, y'all will know. You guys will know, okay? And it will be better than the last one, because I'm always trying to be better than the last one. Even when it comes to making YouTube videos, trying to be better than the last ones. Hopefully we keep improving. As long as we keep going, consistency is key, guys. So like I said, I let all my energy out in the studio. Then I just had 1 job from there. So I got fired and I was just like, dang, I went to school and I'm not even using this certification. Let me jump back in the game. It took me 3 months to go back to be a CNA. And you know what? What got me to go back to be a CNA? In the course of those 3 months, I was a medical assistant. And that job did not pay. It was like $12 an hour. I said, look, I can make more money being a CNA. And I will go over my CNA paycheck in a different video. This is a story time. So this is a long video. If you want answers, go in my short videos. this is a story time. You're not about to rush me. You're not about to rush me talking my ish. I was a medical assistant. They was paying $12 an hour. And that job was making me depressed. And those, like I said, if the work environment ain't it, I'm not going to stay there. I'm really not. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. At that job, those my coworkers worked with me. They was really patient. They was teaching me. Like, I was fresh. I was new. And I get frustrated when I don't understand what I'm doing when it comes to something new. They was working with me. They was teaching me how to do it. And I was just like, okay, bet, I got it. But I just didn't like the gossiping. Like, they would gossip about. If y'all don't know, I am thick. I'm thick. I always been thick. I was born thick. That's just part of my phenotype. Okay? So they would just like talk about like my scrubs. And they would be like, oh, she wears her scrub be too tight. No, my scrub don't be tight. I'm just thick. I'm just thick. That's it. My scrub don't be too tight. I literally just, I'm shaped like that, okay? So I didn't like that gossiping stuff. Like, it was giving me high school vibes, because that's what people would like try to gossip about with me in high school. Like, oh, she's trying to show her body. I don't be trying to show my body. Look, that is the way I'm shaped. Don't stop with that. So it was a bad case of experience to experience. So I was still working as a DSP, a direct support professional. And my second job was being a medical assistant, and I had an anxiety attack. Like, I mean, I was in the office bathroom crying, calling my gold, my moon. These are code names. I was calling those people, and it was just not it. And one of my coworkers, like, I still got her number till this day. Like, she's 100. She keep it real. I respect her. She's like, don't ever let them see you sweat. From there, I never ever will ever cry at a job if I'm frustrated. Like, I just take a breath, take a breather, take some space and breathe it out. But yeah, I was just like, yo, I really truly don't think I'm meant to be working for, I know I'm not, but it's like, with the time I got, I'm literally just like learning through the process and seeing how I'm gonna weave this out, because I have a vision. Nobody else is ever gonna see your vision that you see for yourself. Nobody's gonna see your goals that you see for yourself, and it's nobody else's job to see your own goals, because it's your goals. Like, it's nobody's job to be seeing your goals for yourself. It's your job to see your goals and make it happen for yourself. Like, it's nobody's job. And I'm not here to prove nobody. I'm not here to prove anything to anybody but myself, and top the person that I was in the past, as you should be too. You know, we're not competing with nobody, so don't. It's human nature to compare, but don't be fixated on comparing yourself to others, because you can't measure other people's success based on the success you want to conjure up or just manifest. You can't, because everybody's story is different. This is your story that you're writing for yourself. So she said, don't let them see you sweat. And I didn't. I was not gonna let them see me sweat. So that's what got me back into being a CNA, because I had an anxiety attack as a medical assistant. I went back, but I didn't go to Water Droplet. I went back and I applied for an agency. Now, do I still work for this agency? I still work for the agency, so I can't give away how much I get paid. It's in the high teens. It's past $14.50. It's in the it's past $15. It's in the high teens, right? The late teens, I guess. But I worked for an agency for 3 months. So y'all, it was just, and mind you, this is my first year being a, I'm going through all this through my first year being a CNA. So I worked for an agency for 3 months and I was doing good. I was so proud of myself because at that point it was just like, look, I already know the rundown. I know how to do basic cares. I know how to do it. I'm not scared. So I basically worked for the agency, and I was scared when I was working for the agency because when you work for an agency, they put you in different facilities. So you can be in this facility one day, next facility the next day. I didn't like it. It gave me anxiety, but it taught me what I did and didn't like. This is why it's like, when you're in a job and you don't like something, look at your character and why you don't like something. When you're in the job and you lack something, look at what can you improve and look at your strength, emphasize your strengths, look at your weaknesses, correct your weaknesses. But when you look at it, it's not you trying to fix it for the sake of the job. You're fixing it for the sake of character development. Let that process. Look at the job as if you're going through character development because you are the main character. Okay? And what is a movie? What is a TV show without a character development? So I was in different location. It was giving me too much anxiety. I really did. I can't deal with all that movement and not knowing what to expect. At least just give me a concept. I didn't like it, but it was a good experience for me to know that, yeah, I'm sure I don't like it at all. Like, I don't want to do this. Different location, agency, but I met people, and that's the biggest thing in life. Meet people. The workers there were nice, so sweet, but I think they was sweet because at that point I was ready to work. I was ready to get my bread up. I was ready to just do the best that I can, and I was bringing an aura that was very just, I was really smiling. I was happy. It was a good environment. Even though I was in different environments, there was one facility specifically that just had good energy until the energy was bad. And this is when we're going to talk about the energy shifting, because people want to be messy, and I'm tired of these nurses trying to play me. We're going to get into it because this is 1 year experience. I went through all of this within 1 year, mind you. I went through all of this in 1 year. So I'm so sweet. When I go to a job, you will not know that I'm African. I will hide that accent. I will not tell the people that I'm African because it's not my personality. You get what I'm saying? Me being African is not a personality trait. It's just part of me, but it's not like my personality trait. Like, I don't want people to just, you can't dictate how people perceive you. Like, the way y'all looking at me right now, I can't dictate how you see me. When you see another video of me, it probably gonna be a whole different person, for real. But certain characteristics of me, like me being African, me being a CNA, that's not my personality trait. So when I go to a job, I don't tell people that I'm African. So I was just given sweet, kind vibes, and all the CNAs were so nice, and it was helping me, and it was a good experience for me. And yeah, I was scared, I was overwhelmed, but I pushed myself. Jem, you gotta push yourself. I don't know if I've been saying it through the video, but you really do gotta push yourself. You gotta push yourself. You got to push yourself to the point where you know your limits are broken. And then when you realize your limits are broken, or you gotta break your limits, you take a step back, you observe, you plan your escape. Yeah. Plan your escape. That's how you do that. So basically what happened was, at the facility, all all the CNAs were so nice to me that they wanted my number, but I'm not trying to have everybody's number. But look, I was supposed to come in for work. Apparently, I drive all the way, because the facility is all the way up north, so it's an hour away. I'm already spending like $35 on gas to get up there. That ain't no small bread. It might be small to somebody, but look, going back and forth, imagine going back and forth for $35 like a day. You know how much money you're spending in a week? That's over $100. Who gonna spend all that bread? No. And I was working like that, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I was working like that. So most of my money was going towards gas, just to working at this agency. I did not like that. Like, I didn't like that. So they was just like, oh, you're supposed to come in. So I drive, and they're like, oh no, it wasn't you. You're not supposed to come in. So they was like, but you can stay. We can use the help. And I'm like, well, if I'm not supposed to come in, I'm not coming in. Like, if I'm not supposed to work, I'm not gonna work. I learned that over time, working for 2 jobs. I used to pick up so much to the point I burned myself out. But now I'm like, if it's my day off, it's my day off. Leave me the hell alone. I clock in, I clock out. Leave me alone. That's really how I be at this point. Like, leave me alone. If I want to work, I'll ask you, but leave me alone. that's the vibe I'm giving right now, especially because it's crunch time. It's crunch time, baby. It's crunch time. So the nurse was like, I was like, is it okay for me to leave? I tell the nurse, mind you, the nurse knows. She knows my characteristic at this point. She know I don't have a malicious intent of anything. I was just direct. I was like, hey, can I leave? I was just like that. And she's like, yeah, you can leave. Then 2 hours later, she calls my facility, my agency, and my agency calls me, and they're like, oh, the nurse tells you that you left shift, you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said I could leave, and she said I wasn't even assigned. If a nurse say this and that, if a doctor say this and that, if whoever, a CNA say this and that, I don't care who says what. If a patient, document, because if it's not document, it never happened. Okay, if it's not document, it never happened. I didn't document her saying that I could leave. I didn't even know the nurse name. I literally can describe how she looks, but what is that gonna do if I don't got her signature? I should have got her signature and wrote that down. Document, anything and everything. Document. It covers you. And that's when I realized, wow, it really does cover you. I should have say, hey, sign this, ma'am, since you said I could leave, because she really like made me look like the bad guy. I said, I'm never not never. I can be the bad guy if you want me to, but I don't want to play the bad guy. So she basically made me look like the bad guy for my agency. And I was like, cool. I'm not picking up no more, because it's an agency. It's not like a full-time job. Like, I kid you not, I don't think I have worked a full-time job as a CNA, but we're getting there. We're getting there, okay? We're not even done with the year yet. We're not done. Since it's agency and you get to pick up when you want to work, I wasn't picking up no more. Then I was like, you know what? I need the money. I really need the money. And you know what be pushing me to work? Music. Music really pushes me to work. Music really, really, really pushes me to work. If you go on my music channel, Irrelevant K, please don't. I'm not gonna say please don't watch that music video, because I was 18 when I did that song, and I'm looking back and I'm cringing because the way I've grown as a writer is so much better. So much. But like, I was 18 when I dropped that song, and I literally saved mad bread up just to do a music video. Like, yo, I will suck it all up I will suck up whatever I'm going through to make the money just to put it back in music, because that's my scapegoat, and I'm investing in myself. Like, that's a self-investment for me. So, and like, music be costing money. The way my mind be thinking visually for music videos, my budget, my bank account, and my imagination, they don't match. My imagination is so expensive that my bank account is not matching it. Until I can match it, then we can talk some. But it's not matching. It's not. When I tell you my imagination is way too far-fetched right now, it's the kid. So I said, you know what? Let me pick up. I pick up just to drive all the way up north. My car breaks down. Tire slashed. I mean, the tire is flat, shredded, like shredded. I had to get AAA. I call out work, and I tell my agency. No, I didn't even tell my agency. I directly called the facility. I said, I'm calling out of work. Then there was a nurse. I don't know who she was. And I swear, a lot of the nurses that I've encountered, is months of being a CNA, going through it, a lot of the nurses I encounter have just been mad disrespectful. Nah, I'm not in nursing school to be like, oh, I'm better than a CNA, or in nursing school to like be able to match that nurse energy that like been disrespecting me throughout my experience of being a CNA. I'm in nursing school to, one, I want to know what they do. I'm nosy. I'm just like, look, whatever. I believe, this is what I be thinking. This is my thought process. I be thinking like this. If I really want to do it, I'm gonna do it. Whatever you did is nothing special that I can't do. It's just, I have to want to do it. And if I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. Simple. And I really wanted to do it. I said, you know what? I want to be a nurse. What? Ma, you're not special. Wherever you jump inside, I can jump inside. But I'm not competing with you. If I don't want to do it, ma, enjoy your life. That your life you living. That's not my life you living. You living for yourself. You're not living for me. Who am I bluffing? I'm not bluffing nobody. I'm not bluffing nobody. That your life you living. If I want to do it, I can do it. I will join inside when I'm ready to join inside. So what I did was joined. I said, you know what? I want to be a nurse. I want to be a nurse so I can start making it faster. Because I'm making money as a CNA, but it's not at a rate where it's like I can go to the studio when it's convenient for me, where I can drop a project when it's convenient for me. I'm investing into nursing school so I can invest it back in my music. Simple. Just why I invested to become a CNA, so I can invest it back in my music. Like, literally everything. I feel like my life at this point is really, like, it really boils down to the music. It's not like I'm depending on one song or one project to take me off. It's like I'm trying to get to the point where, like most people want to do, make money with what they love to do. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But I understand that everything comes with a price, and I'm just willing to pay the price that comes. And so that's why I'm in nursing school, so I can invest it back in me. Like, I believe in self-investment. So yeah, whatever you're doing, I can join inside. Basically, I called off at the agency, right? I called the nurse, and then she just talked to me back so rude. You know, my ego was quiet. Like, my ego, every time I'm at a job, my ego don't come out, don't defend, just allow people to walk over me. I just be quiet. Like, and I feel like I said, I have a baby face. If you look at me, I have a baby face. If you look at the way I'm shaped, I have a grown woman's body. So like, they just be like, she young, I'm gonna talk to her. That's the vibe I be getting. I feel like people be trying to disrespect me because I'm quote unquote young. I don't think I'm young. I just think I am who I am right now. I am what I am, and I'm growing. But she was just like, I was like, my tires, they're flat. I can't make it up there. I'm located an hour away from the job. How am I supposed to get there? Like, I don't have wings. I can't fly. How am I supposed to get there? She out here on the phone. She was given, why are you calling? So you're saying you're calling off because of your tires? She was giving that. And I'm like, yeah, I'm calling off because my tires are flat. And I don't really remember what specifically she said, but her tone was just very startled. And I have childhood trauma, so her tone really, I don't even want to get into that. Because then we're going to go into a whole nother loophole. But her tone was aligning with something that traumatized me in my childhood. And I literally just cried. But I was home at that moment. When she called, I was home. And I was just crying to the point where she reported me to my agency. And my agency, they called me. And they heard me crying. And they was like, what is wrong? I'm like, just like the way she talked to me was just out of pocket, like so out of pocket. I don't get it. I did not like it. Like, I didn't like it. Why are you talking? The reason why I don't get why certain people do certain things, because I don't do it. So I've been wanting to know people's logic, because I know people be wondering why I do what I do, certain things. And if you ask, I'll tell you my logic behind it. But like, I want to know yours. I want to pick your brain. Why would you do that? Like, why are you talking to somebody like that? Like, who intentional? I knew she was intentional because she repeated the same thing. Like, there's no way out of your right mind. At that point, you're conditioned to talk to people like that. Like, you conditioned yourself to be able to talk to people like that. Like, something is up in your booty crack that got you thinking, like, it's okay for you to talk to people like that. And I wasn't going to be the one to check her. Someone is going to check her in the future. It ain't my job. I wasn't the person. God didn't say I'm going to be the person. And I don't care to be the person. Live your life. I live mine. Best of luck to you. But my job was just like, why are you crying? I'm like, I'm not ever doing this. I'm not doing it again. That's when I quit. I quit. I was tired of the disrespect. I was tired of the nurses treating me disrespectful. I was tired of the CNAs being rude. I was tired of the patients just being rude. I quit. I was just like, that's when I officially quit. I was officially done. I was done. And when I quit was when I started this YouTube channel, and I was like, yo, I passed my exam. I know how to break it down. Let me share to everybody how to like get to the point, because it's not that hard. To me, it's not hard. So I wanted to break it down and explain how it's not hard, and I hope it helps people. So then I was just like, okay, let me talk my journey. But I'm like, wait, how am I talking about CNA when I'm not even working as a CNA? Doesn't that contradict yourself? Like, aren't you wrong? Like, I think you need to tell people, like, you're not a CNA. So this is how we got to where we at now. What am I doing now? I'm a CNA. So basically, what happened after I quit that job and I was done, I didn't go back. I didn't work as a CNA for 3 months. I didn't want to do it. It was so traumatizing. I didn't want to do it. I hated it. I didn't hate being a CNA. I like taking care of people. I don't love it. You hear that? I like taking care of people. I don't love it. I don't love it. There's nothing I love more than creating. You would like choose creating over anything. I don't think there's nothing wrong about that. I'm just being honest, but I really like caring and making people feel better, and not just like geriatric or pediatrics or like giving care in a healthcare setting. In general, I really like connecting with people, relating with people. I love a sense of community. I think that's why I just like, I was like, you know what, I'm getting back on YouTube. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. Like, I can do it. I like a sense of community. I just like connecting. So I was just like, yeah, let me go back being a CNA. What's the worst that can happen? So I applied again. If your instructor at your school is telling you you will get a job, you will get a job. I don't got fired and quit being a CNA and still got a job, and I'm still a CNA till this day, and I'm in nursing school. So you'll get a job. There's so many jobs out there. And don't pick the first one if you don't feel like it's the match when you get interviewed. Like, there's another one, there's another one, and another one, and another one. 24 carats. That's what I'm giving to the average. What you know about a little Kim? You don't know about a little Kim. You don't know about that little Kim, okay? What you know about that little Kim? Before your time. It was before my time. It's probably not before y'all time, but it was definitely before my time. But look, you will find a job. That's the gem. You will find a job. So I applied to another agency, and at that point, they was paying me like 20s. And I'm in my 20s, like I'm hitting my 20s. So you getting, as time progresses in your experience, your income or your pay rate will increase for sure. For sure. For sure. I went from getting paid $14.50 in the beginning as a CNA. Now I'm getting paid in my 20s. Never have I ever thought that was gonna happen. But we're gonna get into where I'm at right now. Or should I tell y'all where I'm at right now in life? I don't know. I'll think about it. Let me just talk as I go. So I applied for the job. It was an agency. They gave me in my 20s, and I really was proud of myself because I pushed myself and I worked in the facility, and I really showed my character. Like, I really showed the best of me, because like all I can do is try my best until, like, at this point, like, until you start irritating me. Like, until you start irritating me, I'm not gonna pretend. I can't pretend. Why am I fake? Like, I'm not about to live a life to fake it. Like, no. You either take me as I am or you don't take me at all. But if you don't take me, I'm fine, because I take myself. I accept myself. I'm cool with me. I'm cool with my own ambience. Is that even a word? Like, it's not even a word. I'm cool with my own loneliness, basically. I'm cool being lonely. I'm cool in my own loneliness. So that was that. So I worked at the agency on a contract. So that was my first full-time job as a CNA. I never worked full-time as a CNA, but it's a contract. So the contract only lasted like 3 months, but it was good because, and I'm gonna be honest, I was gonna quit the contract, but I had to pay off things for my car because my car was having an issue, and it's still having an issue. By the grace of God, I'll make it through this program while I'm having car issues. But if I don't have something to pay off, I'm really not gonna work. Like, I don't know, like, no, like, I can't. But I pushed myself to work a full-time job as a CNA. This goes to say, if you don't like being a CNA, there's nothing wrong with you. It's not bad to not like things. It's part of life. There's nothing wrong with you. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Cool. Move on. Simple. That's all I'm saying. Like, if you don't like it, you don't like it. And it's not bad. Like, I'm not the CNA queen to defend people. Like, no, you're supposed to love it. Da, da, da. I have my days where I'm like, baby, this ain't it, but it's paying the bills. So what I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Use the money to invest back into me. I've been saying it through this video. I'm gonna keep saying it through this video until y'all get what I'm trying to say. Okay? use the money and invest back in me. What is happening? So basically, all right, that was my whole timeline of my first year being a CNA. So now we're in present time. Okay, I did the contract at a facility. The facility I worked on a contract with noticed me and they said, hey, you're a good worker, we want you to work for our facility. So now I work for this facility. They're sweet, they have good energy, they're really nice. Like, I really do like the facility. Like I said, I can deal with nice coworkers and bad patients versus good patients and bad coworkers. I hate when coworkers are, no, because you get common sense. You won't be acting like that. I don't get it. I mean, I have my moments at the facility I work, but that's for another story time. Like, if this, all right, I got mass story times without even violating HIPAA. Like, I got a lot of story times without even violating HIPAA. So I'm gonna say, like, if this hit a certain amount of likes, I'm not telling y'all the likes because no, I ain't gonna tell y'all. This is how I even do my YouTube videos. I say, if this hit a certain amount of views, I'm gonna drop this video. But I don't tell y'all, because it's based on what y'all want to do naturally. It's based on y'all reaction naturally. Like, no, I want to know how y'all moving naturally. Like, I just go based on how y'all energy moving. If it gets a certain amount of likes, I'm definitely doing a story time on things, something. I got some stories I want to share, okay? But only if it gets a certain amount of likes. I ain't going to just talk to talk. Like, if this video flops, I ain't doing another story time. I'm not wasting my energy. I literally be thinking life, like, what am I going to put my energy in that's going to give me a return on investment? There's no way I'm putting energy in something that's not giving me a return on investment. It just don't make sense. If it don't make sense, it won't make dollars. If it don't make dollars, it won't make commas. Who said that? Nobody. That came from the kid. Get that, okay? But where I'm at now is I work at a facility. Good vibes. It's chill. Love the unit I'm usually on. The other units they be trying to put me on, I don't like it, but I can deal with it. The co-workers are nice. And I work part-time because I am in nursing school, which I am so flipping thankful, okay? Because I don't care. I'm going to use that money to flip it back in my music, and that's on my locks. Okay, that's not even on a period. That's on my locks. Because if y'all know one thing for sure, if you ever see my first video when my locks was really short, and I only had locks for like 1 year so far, that is on my locks, and it's gonna keep being on my locks until maybe I cut my locks, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. But that's basically where I'm at right now. And I guess the moral of the story is your first year is always going to be the toughest with anything that you're doing that's brand new. The first year of me having locks was tough. Oh my gosh, y'all. Lord, that's a separate story within itself. But your first year, like, say you move to a different state. Your first year in a different state, your first year at a job, your first year in a new job title, your first time doing things is not gonna be the smoothest transition, but it's gonna be rapid, and you're gonna learn a lot as long as you're willing to learn. And it's just a reminder, like, don't feel bad if you're not happy in your job. I don't think anybody is genuinely that. If you're really happy to clock in and put money in somebody else's pocket, more power to you. But I'm not, and I don't like doing that. I don't like working. Now, don't twist my words. I don't want nobody trying to twist my words or try to, like, twist the context I'm trying to say. I'm literally saying, like, I can care for people for free. I will do that for free because it comes from the heart. Okay? It comes from the heart. But me to just invest my time into somebody else without investing it into me, I can't. And I don't plan on doing that. I don't plan on doing that. And I'm not going to. Because I'm working on not going to. But like, regardless, I'm gonna make it happen. And y'all gonna make it happen. Like, more of the story is, do what you want to do in life. Understand that what you really want to do in life, it's gonna take time. Understand that not knowing what you want to do in life is okay. Understand that you're gonna find yourself, lose yourself, find yourself again, and then reinvent yourself. And that's a cycle of being a work in progress. Like, it's part of growing. Not up, but just growing in general. It's just part of growing as a person. And you can have ideas, but it's always about execution. So if you don't like what you're doing, learn how to get out of it. Plan your escape. Make calculated risk. Calculated risk, okay? Because mind you, all the jobs that like I don't, all through the year where the jobs was like I was working, I was not working, I was working, I was not working, I still had like enough that can hold me. But I knew, okay, it's time to get me a job, clock in, clock out. Okay, so make calculated risk, and it's gonna take time, but as long as you keep going, you're gonna get to that peak. Now, the message for anybody who kind of like sees being a CNA like the it factor, I'm not here, this whole story time was not to downplay being a CNA. Not one bit did I be like, I don't think in this whole video I was like, this is shit, don't do it, and discourage people. I'm not here to discourage nobody. I just want to share my story and see if it helps anybody. And if you want to do it, go for it. There's nothing stopping you. Like, you don't know what you like and what you don't like until you do it, you know? So go for it and learn from it and get to the next step in life. If you don't know the next step, God will show you. God will find a way to show you even when you don't know, okay? So trust the process. But for those of y'all who like, okay, I'm gonna say this because I have a strong feeling. Why I call y'all the Kid Clan, those who like the core, not just people that subscribe to this channel, but the core that keeps this channel really alive. Like, y'all are the core that keeps this channel alive. I call y'all the Kid Clan, not because y'all kids, because baby, I'm a kid too, but because I know y'all some creators. And I'm not even talking about like music wise. I'm talking like, I know y'all talented. I know you, some of y'all athletics. I said athletics. Some of y'all athletes. Some of y'all do musical instruments. Some of y'all dance. Some of y'all sing. Some of y'all do art. Some of y'all, I know y'all creators. And I know y'all got some talent that you can really monetize, like, and reach it at a level that you can reach it. Like, I know I believe in y'all. If nobody believes in y'all, I believe in y'all. But it's really important for you to believe in yourself, because nobody's gonna believe in you for you. But I believe in y'all, the kids, y'all. Like, I know you guys are way past what it is that you're at, and I know you know. But I want you to know it takes time. It takes time to get to that point. And I don't want nobody to be giving up on themselves. Because, baby, if I ain't give up on myself, why you? You better not. Okay? And that was a message for the Kid Clan. I know it's a different from the subscribe count in the Kid Clan, okay? I can tell. I can tell who's who. I can tell. Because I be going through. I be clicking y'all's channel. I be watching some of your videos. And when I be on Instagram, I know I'm not on Instagram right now, baby. I'm in nursing school. Like, I ain't got time for Instagram. But we be chatting up, and I know you guys are very intelligent people out there, and I know you guys are very creative, talented people. So I want you guys to remember that I'm just a kid with ideas. So I want you to consistently create, keep having ideas, and never never stop dreaming, because there's no age limit on dreams. There's none. Alright, I'll see you guys in my next video.
No, I'm not cocky while you on my cock. I call it confidence. What is the consequence? You cannot do shit. Call that incompetence. Shit never happened. This shit is not documented.
Damn,